Kernock Park Plants is based in Cornwall. It was established by Richard and Jan Harnett in 1979. Richard was an ADAS horticultural advisor. The nursery now covers around about 4.5 hectares of glass and polythene on 3 sites. Employees are between 80 during the spring and summer and 50 for the remainder of the year, so plenty. We produce around about 1,200 varieties of plants, ornamental plants ranging from summer bedding, patio, alpine, herbs, hardy and herbaceous perennials, grasses and shrubs. We're primarily a wholesaler selling mostly plug plants, but more recently have acquired the 9 centimetre line of business that was previously done by Houghton's. And we've been a member of Proven Winners and have been supplying the brand in the UK since 1999. The Proven Winners initiative was born in the early 1990s. The original idea actually came from our European colleagues in Germany, but it was really begun in earnest in America. The original principle, quite simple, to take some of the newfangled varieties, mostly cut-in-raised product, and present them in a completely new way, as patio plants for use in baskets and containers, something not really done by the big seed companies of the day. It wasn't until 1998 that Proven Winners was formally created in Europe. There were and still are 7 main members from all over Europe with a network of routing and selling partners. There's obviously benefits for this sort of cooperation as opposed to being alone. So there's the economy of scale, pooling ideas and experiences, and of course being an attractive prospect to breeders seeking avenues to market for their new varieties. Pat. The best varieties with the brightest prospects are taken into the Proven Winner assortment. We now have over 200 Proven Winner varieties in the market in Europe, and the vast majority of stock material is elite virus index material that was key at the outset. Elite tested varieties were certainly not as commonplace then as they are today. And the aim, of course, is to contribute clean and healthy material to the production systems for our customers. So, Proven Winner and branding. So what's the reason for branding? Well, we've tried to push the product through the system, and now we're going to try and pull the product through the whole system. Traditionally, we're a young plant nursery. We've supplied plugs directly to the growers or finishers, and these in turn are sold on to the retailers and finally to the consumer. This gives us very little influence over the final choice the consumer makes. All of our efforts have been put into pushing the product through the system. Our opportunity is to promote the product directly to the consumer through the Proven Winners brand, in effect pulling the product through the system and interacting directly with the consumer through the brand. But firstly, we need to understand the market. Proven Winners North America are in an enviable position in that they have not only grown and sold Proven Winners varieties, but have also been able to grow an extremely strong consumer brand. Proven Winners is in fact one of the most recognised brands in US horticulture, with 2.4 million unique visitors to their website recorded in the past 12 months. Proven Winners North America has an incredible information source from customers and potential customers. They had over 100,000 responses to a questionnaire distributed earlier this year via the internet, and were able to collect some very interesting information. Firstly, who were these people who felt inspired to fill out 20 questions or more on their garden preferences? Well, probably should not come as a surprise that 93% of those people were women. It intrigues me, and always has intrigued me, and looking around the room, that in an industry where 93% of the product is sold to ladies, that most of the decisions, the big decisions, are made by men. Unsurprisingly, over 60% of those answering the questions and presumably having an interest in gardening were over 45 or over. Interestingly though, the results showed that 70% of those that confessed to being gardeners were hooked before the age of 21, a fact that I wouldn't necessarily have expected. 86% said that they shopped at garden centres, and of those only 4% always know what they want when they walk into a garden centre. A massive 96% buy on impulse. I'm not sure whether you can apply these results to all plants and sectors, but it's a point worth remembering. The consumer generally knows less than we give them credit for when they walk into a garden centre. They really haven't made their mind up. Through our own market research and experience gleaned from our colleagues in North America and information available from the HDA, we identified that our target audience for the brand should be females under 45, the gardening proud, those with alfresco aspirations who would be interested in container gardening and who are looking for a modern, younger image from a company who could offer inspirational planting recipes which are easy to achieve using innovative plants that they can trust to perform. So what message are we trying to convey in order for the ladies to choose Proven Winners plants, and why attach this brand? As it's expensive, time consuming, and initially there's very little reward for us as a supplier. But brands have been found to simplify the decision-making process for consumers by providing a sense of security and consistency that can't be conveyed unless face-to-face with them. With this in mind, our marketing mix is designed to add up to a position in the customer's mind where by the time they visit the garden centre they will see the Proven Winners product and know that it can be trusted to perform in their garden, hence differentiating it from other products. We're concentrating on telling them that each Proven Winner variety that makes it to the garden has been carefully selected to ensure it makes specific quality criteria. Plants are trialled and tested in sites all over the world, and this can take 4 or 5 years to complete. And they are tested to ensure bright and colourful, floriferous, flower all season, easy to grow and care for, plus being disease and pest resistant. In order to get these messages across, we need to make sure that the offer is as simple as it can be. You can see from the images that the plant is offered in a branded pot. The logo and information on the plant is offered in a bespoke label, and the whole offering is presented in the garden centre with living labels and easy to follow instructions. The point of sale material for the garden centre has a simple message: great plants and bright ideas, and includes simple to follow recipe cards. The concept for the container planting is that there are 3 easy steps: choose, prepare, care. You choose 3 12-centimetre plants, prepare using the planting planner on the card to arrange the 3 plants in the container, and the care is either visit the website for care instructions or follow the instructions on the plant label. To simplify this further, we've split the plant range into 3 different seasonal offerings so that the consumer knows what plant they should be purchasing at what time of year. So we have Spring Fling, Summer Living and Autumn Magic, each a distinct group of products with an overall brand. Before we could present the brand to the industry and the consumers, we needed the facts to feed back. We did this by using the following methods. We used website and social media, we used focus groups, launch weekend to the consumer at a garden centre and to the trade at the HDA's National Plant Show. Research by both industry bodies and retail experts has shown that there's been a big development with regards to consumer-retailer relationships. With the advent of the smartphone and internet research, many consumers have an idea of what they want to buy before they go shopping. This is still tempered though by "I want pretty." When they arrive at the garden centre, that's if they go to the garden centre to buy their plants, in order to get the interaction with the customer, it's imperative to have a direct channel via the social media and internet. This is a whole different presentation, but it's a key factor in the development of the Proven Winner brand in the mind of the consumers. This media gives us a chance to influence her decisions before she gets into the car to go to buy plants. It also enables us to offer support and guidance on the products that she purchased when she arrives home, building her confidence in the fact that she has made the right decision. We've used all the normal social media that I'm sure you would have all have heard of, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, and also, let's not forget, hard copy. In this new electronic age where information is transient, there's still a requirement for a tangible piece of material that the consumer can take away with them. Hence the need to print the ideas book, of which there's some copies on the table for people that are interested. Men can pick them up as well if you like. We've also found it to be a very useful tool for the increase in consumer interaction. When they sign up for the website, we send them the ideas book, and we have also run competitions on Twitter where the booklet is given away as a prize. A focus group was held at Cleve Nursery near Bristol on the 18th of April. The group was made up of 9 ladies aged between 25 and 40. The key objective of the evening were to look at the price perception of the plants, establish what, if any, is the effect of large different colour pots, to understand buying motives and test run the recipes to be promoted. We also wanted to gather some feedback from the retailer following the event and collect sufficient background information to confidently formulate a final plan for the launch weekend at Plymouth Garden Centre a month later. The 3 key points that we ascertained from the group were price. They would pay £2 to £3 for a 9 centimetre summer bedding plant, £3 for a 9 pack of bedding, and £3 to £4 for a 12 centimetre bedding plant in a PW pot. They said price offers made a difference, such as buy 2 get 1 free. Their attitudes to seasonal plants was interesting. Some attendees, as soon as they heard the word bedding, they wouldn't buy it as they assumed it would die and not come back. They didn't think of primroses, etc. as bedding, which is good news for you, Pat, again. Others, notably the younger members, liked buying bedding because if what they tried didn't work out, it didn't matter. They could try again next year, and they could change the colour each year and keep coming up with new designs. The buying decision. First and foremost, the customer wanted a good quality plant, to the extent that they would only shop at Cleve, their trusted garden centre, or shop with their parents or gardening elders, which is another important thing. A lot of the younger people that are going shopping are shopping with somebody they perceive to know better about gardening. The most important factor was that the plant looked good. They were planting to make their garden pretty and exciting, and so they wanted the right plant to make this happen, hence the desire for quality. The information for the focus group enabled us to make some tweaks in readiness for the launch weekend at Plymouth Garden Centre's Container and Patio Festival held over the weekend of the 18th and 19th of May. We set up a retail area in the garden centre with living labels, the POS and obviously the plants for sale, with a view to getting information on how the branded plants would be regarded, what implications are there in terms of space, location and profitability per square metre, and what maintenance and merchandising requirements there would be on the shop floor. This display area was manned for the whole weekend and the demonstrations were run regularly during the day. There was also a competition running for consumers to vote for their favourite recipe. From the consumer's point of view, probably the biggest single thing learned over the weekend was that the proven winners range is incredibly easy to sell. The higher price point at £2.99 per pot proved to be no barrier whatsoever to purchasing, with the consumer understanding that a larger pot size would ensure more rapid establishment and quicker results. The only objections were either customers who had large areas to cover and were happier to buying more, smaller plants and waiting for the results a bit longer, or customers who wanted particular varieties that were favourites of theirs and weren't in the proven winners offering on that day. The recipe sheets combined with living labels and then the relevant plants merchandised adjacent to these were also definite winners. However, we realised that we need to work on making it more intuitive in order to ensure purchasing without assistance. From the retailer's point of view, they were very happy with the sales and they compared favourably with the similar products such as pack and 9 centimetre bedding in both volume and profitability per square metre. The added bonus was that they enjoyed higher sales of related products such as planting, containers and compost. We currently have a huge hole in our plan. There's still a resistance from the growers as to the worthiness of the proven winner brand. It's understandable on the basis that we've just had 2 of the most difficult trading years for a long while and very few in the mood to take a gamble. At MPS, we presented our findings so far to both potential growers and retailers with mixed reactions. Some of the key retailers are very keen on the concept and believe that the market is ready for branded plants. We've had some growers making the right noises, but it is now a case of completing the supply chain and getting the concept into more outlets. Watch this space. As I mentioned earlier, North America is far and away the most advanced with regards to the Proven Winner brand, spending a marketing budget of $5 million. They use the whole gamut of marketing tools in their mix, including radio, TV and magazine. They offer a complete package to enable the retailer to increase their business, including a kit to put on the container festival, specific plant promotions days to tie in with fundraising appeals. And they also have training academies for retailers and Proven Winner branded growing media and fertiliser. In Japan, the brand is starting to build, but they're really building the brand around some of the plants in the Proven Winners range. Our partners in Spain are starting to put displays into retail outlets. And in Italy, they've already set up an academy for retail staff and have recruited numerous garden centres as Proven Winner stockists. A lot of work is going into Proven Winners as a brand in Poland, Germany and Denmark, South Africa and Australia. All of these countries are starting down the same route as us here in the UK and trying to emulate what has already been achieved by our partners in North America to be the #1 plant brand. I'd just like to leave you with one last thought. It's a quote taken from Winnie the Pooh book by A.A. Milne. Maybe if you take nothing else away from this presentation today, I think we all have to agree that we have got to start doing something a little bit differently. Thank you.